Hey guys, okay, so I've tried recording this like 5 times now and things keep going wrong, so at this point I'm just going to hold up the books and rattle off titles, but this is going to be my July TBR pile and it's going to overlap a bit with my end of June books because it's still like a couple days before July, but I won't have time in the beginning of July to do a TBR video because I'm actually going out of town. And this pile, I'm warning you guys in advance, this pile is going to seem incredibly ambitious, but since I didn't have that much time to read in June, and I'm going to have more time to read in July, I'm kind of hoping to make up for that lost time and basically just spend every spare minute that I can reading, although some of that I will also be watching TV. But anyway, so yes, I just want to kind of make up for the lost time. And I have a lot of things here, so I'm just going to go ahead and rattle off titles. Oh wait, hang on, I lost some things here. Okay, so some things that I'm reading right now are The Unwritten by Mike Carey and Peter Gross. I just started that, and I'm hoping to finish that tonight. And then I have 3 more of the volumes. I'm hoping to get through at least 1 more of these tonight, but I might not considering how late it already is. This is Inside Man and, Dead Man's Knock and Leviathan. And the first one was called Tommy Taylor and the Bogus Identity. Sorry I didn't say that. And then we have Pride of Baghdad by Brian K. Vaughan, and I don't want to try to pronounce the artist's name because I don't want to offend them, because I could not pronounce that properly. And then we also have the Miss Marple short stories. I want to go ahead and finish these. I only have about 60 pages left, and I've attempted to finish this every month for like the last 6 months, so I want to go ahead and get it done. I did actually read another short story in this today, so I am making progress. Oh, and also today I finished the Poirot Investigates audio CDs. I don't know why I did quotes, because it's like an actual title. But it's the Poirot Investigates audio book, and I finished the last disc, and I really did enjoy it, and I will talk about it in my June-July wrap-up. So, all of those, and then these aren't all in order, because they've gone a little bit out of order. I also want to read The Graveyard Book Volume 1 by Neil Gaiman, adapted by P. Craig Russell. Yeah, so looking forward to this because I really enjoyed the book. Then we have The Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker. I started this in May/June and haven't been able to finish it. I got 120 pages into it, so I'm really hoping to finish this pretty much first thing next week, I hope. And then Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I started this month as well. I got about 30 pages in, and then had to put it aside because I had to basically put reading on pause for a little while. So I want to finish that. And then I want to read These Beautiful Things, Ross Poldark and Demelza, both by Winston Graham. These are the first 2 books in the Poldark series, and they are the 2 books that the first series of the TV show is based on. And I just love the show so much, like I love Aidan Turner and I love Eleanor Tomlinson, so I really wanted to read the books because of how much I love the show, and hopefully I will really enjoy Winston Graham's writing. And then, at some point, I want to read Shades of Milk and Honey by Mary Robinette Kowal, because I was supposed to read this with, sorry, I'm just showing you guys my tablet, but you guys wouldn't really be able to see the screen anyway. But anyway, I was supposed to read this with Caitlin over at Kitty G, and then my screen broke, and I thought that I wouldn't be able to read it, but then I discovered that I could still use it, even though the screen was broken. It didn't obscure what I was able to see, and it didn't make the tablet stop working. So that was exciting, and I am hoping to finish this pretty soon, I hope. Because I really want to catch up with Caitlin and talk about her thoughts and tell her mine. And then these two I want to read back to back, North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell and Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. And the reason why is because there is a comparison between the two in the Wikipedia page of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. So, yeah. And also, it's about damn time I got to this, pardon my language, but I love this miniseries so much, and I need to read this already because of how much I love the miniseries and the story and the characters. And then we have Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. This is one that I did not get to in June, even though that was the Mad About Matson month. But yeah, so this was on my summer list anyway, so I really want to go ahead and get to it in July. And I want to read The Weed That Strings the Hangman's Bag by Alan Bradley, which is actually not really a summer read, but I don't know, I was craving mystery. I was watching this Scottish mystery series called Hamish Macbeth because it has Robert Carlyle in it, and that TV series is awesome, go watch it. But as I was watching it, I realized that it's not, like, there are some episodes that are pretty mysterious, but it's much more of a drama rather than, like, a mystery show. And so I was craving, like, some deep, clear-cut mysteries, so I wanted to start this, and I got about 26 pages into it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, just like I did Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. And so, yeah, hopefully I'll finish this in July. And then I want to read The Iron Queen by Julie Kagawa. This is the third book in the Iron Fae series. I bought this box set in, like, October of 2012, and I read Iron King and Iron Daughter, which are the first two books, either that same month or in November, and I read the two of them within a week. I thoroughly enjoyed both. But then, it was like I'd read, like, reading the two at the same time, I feel like, or not at the same time, but so close together, was, like, too much of this world coming at me at once. So then I took a break, and I just haven't picked them up again in, what, like 2.5 years? So yeah, it's about time I got back to this series. Sometime in there I also read one of the novellas that takes place right after Iron Daughter. I think it's called Winter's Passage, maybe? It's either called Winter's Passage or Summer Crossing, I don't know which. And then the second novella takes place after this one. So I'll either read that this month or I'll read that in August. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back into this world because I really enjoyed it in the first two books. And then I want to start Paper Towns by John Green over again. At one point last summer I got 100 pages into this and I was really enjoying it, but for some reason I put it down. And now that the movie is coming out at the end of July, I want to go ahead and read this. And I want to start from the beginning because I do remember most of what happened, but I don't remember some detail. So yeah, and it's only 300 pages, so I should be able to finish this pretty quickly. And the thing is, I wasn't going to see the film, but then, because unfortunately I disagree with one of the main castings, and I don't want to say which one because I don't want to cause conflict, I guess, but I saw the preview and it ended up being so great that I was like, okay, I need to see this film. And I love Nat Wolff. Nat Wolff plays Quentin in the movie, and he was also Isaac in The Fault in Our Stars, and before that I saw him in Stuck in Love, which was directed by the same director as The Fault in Our Stars, and he's just such a cool actor. So yeah, I saw the trailer and I was like, I need to see this movie. So yeah, I'm going to read this and then go see the movie, and I think it comes out on the 24th of July, so I have a good amount of time to read this. And then the last thing, I promise, is if I get through all of that, well actually probably interspersed throughout the entire month, I want to read more of this giant beast, War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I got 170 pages into this, and I was thoroughly enjoying it, and then I abandoned it. I don't know why, especially because I was, making my way pretty well through it. I mean, it was still less than a sixth of the way through, but this was the furthest point that I've ever gotten in this book. So yeah, I kind of abandoned it because I think I had a little bit of a panic attack about how big it was, even though I was getting pretty far into it. Not pretty far, but you know what I mean. And so yeah, I want to come back to this and start reading it again. The biggest problem with this is that there isn't an audio adaptation for, or there isn't an audio recording for this specific translation. And with really big books like this, audio really helps me. So what I've started doing with this book is I read it out loud to myself. Because reading it out loud really helps me with all the Russian names. It helps me with telling the characters apart because a lot of the names are so similar, or some people have the same names, or some people are called by like 6 different names even though they're the same person. And also in this particular translation, they leave the French as is. They make footnotes to translate the French for you, but they don't translate it within the text. And so again, reading out loud helps me pronounce and understand a lot of the French, only because I took it in college, and I definitely don't understand all of it when I read the French passages, and I end up, reading the translation after I've read the French part, but it does help me kind of refresh my memory on French words and meanings that I've forgotten, which is pretty cool. But yeah, because of that, and because I read it out loud to myself, I have to be alone in the house when that happens, because I can't read out loud to myself. Even if I'm in a room by myself, I can't read out loud to myself when other people are in the house because I get way too embarrassed about it. So yeah, I'm gonna be reading this, finding time to read this out loud to myself when I'm alone by myself, in between reading all of these other books. So wish me luck for July, because I'm gonna need it. But yeah, hopefully I will be able to read a lot of this because I'll have much more reading time than I did in June. And I am actually like really excited to get back into reading because I know that I've been through slumps before, but that was like when I could have been reading and I chose not to, and this is like I haven't actually had time. Although technically I have had a little bit of time when I've gotten home, but I've literally been so tired from everything that I've been doing during the day that I haven't been able to, like, my brain would not allow me to read. I would not have been able to process what I was reading. So, yeah. Anyway, that is my very big July TBR, and I will give you guys updates as to how that's going throughout the month. I will hopefully be back to making daytime videos in July once all of this moving process is over. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.